What is up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for clicking on this episode. Before we dive into it, I kind of want to give you guys a little warning about this series. This warning may not be about this show specifically, but throughout this whole series, there will be some talk about some mature content, whether that be suicidal thoughts, actions, drug abuse, just some small, stupid petty crimes. But if you guys are listening to this with your kids in the car or earshot of a kid, I would be careful. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing and you shouldn't do it. You can do whatever you want. But just be ready to have some conversations with your kids and just talk to them. And if you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, actions, substance abuse, or if they think they're just in a crisis, please reach out to 988. That is the suicidal and crisis hotline. If you're worried about a loved one, if you're worried about yourself, or if you're worried about a friend, please help them get the help that they deserve. They don't deserve to feel like that, and they don't deserve to feel like they're the only person that goes through it, because that's not the case. So, yeah, that's really it. That's my spiel. Now, without further ado, we'll dive onto this episode, baby. You guys live life in a happy days. Love you. Peace. What is up, everybody? Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for listening. This is Behind the Days. This is episode number 11. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for clicking on this show, for listening. You guys know how it goes in the intros. I can't say it enough. Thank you. And if you guys are new, thank you. Thank you for clicking on this episode. Thank you for listening. If you enjoy it, you can click the card wherever corner it pops up at. And if you click on the card, it will shoot you to a playlist with all the rest of the episodes that we got. But thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. It's all free. I really appreciate it. It helps me, helps the show, helps the community grow. But thank you. Let's dive on into this episode, baby. Episode 11. Let's go. So, in the last episode, I want to give you a little flashback, We talked about a situation that was the building block for the dark days, I'm not really going to dive a lot into that because I want you guys to listen to that episode. But it was definitely the building block for what I was about to get into. But that one building block also, got me in a lot of trouble too. So we'll start there. So when I got back from that trouble, it was like everyone knew me, or at least knew of me after what I did. And to be honest with you, I'm not really sure how the news spread that fast, but it is middle school, or school in general, so everybody has nothing else to do but sit and talk. But it was crazy. It was like everyone knew me, and not really I was happy about it. I'm not even gonna say I was happy about it. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted people to know me and know my name, and I got it. The principal knew me at this point now, because I was down in his office for so much stuff, just from talking, being a loud kid, just interrupting teachers, being rude, just like, normal, stupid kid stuff, You know how in middle school, when there was like a substitute, how like the whole class was like wild. Even the quiet kids would even act up a little bit. That was me 24/7, all the time. I laugh about it now with my mom and my dad from time to time, but I was an attention whore when I was a kid. Like, I felt like any attention was good attention. Like, it didn't matter if that attention that I was getting was because I did something bad. I was still getting the attention that I wanted, And I'm not really sure where that stems from. But yeah, it was awesome. And like the group that I wanted to like be a part of, they knew me, and they knew that, if I need something, man, Jacob gets it done. Because Andrew needed a phone, he got that phone, So they knew me. So we'd like hang out together. I was invited to do some stuff with them, like we just be menaces, especially like at school, because like at school, that's when like we all got together. There was like eight, 9 of us, I think maybe even 10 at one point. But like all of us would just be a menace. Like, it didn't matter if like me and like one other person from that group had a class together, or like me and like 4 other of them people got like a class together. Dude, we would cause havoc. It would get to a point where like the teachers would have enough, and they would literally just kick us out to the hallway. They'd be like, you know what? We're done. We can't handle you anymore. Get out. And I'm not saying this to like be proud of it. I'm just giving you my situations when I was 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm not saying I was proud to act like that to any of my teachers. If I could, I'd apologize to all my teachers now. If my teachers are watching this, I'm sorry I was such a menace to you guys in school. I do feel bad. I have grown from that. I am more mature from when I was. But on that topic, it's crazy that like people have like a whole different image of you in your head compared to who you are in reality. Like, some people still remember you as like a little kid, always rambunctious and stuff, when you're a grown-ass man and you're calm as a cucumber, Or some people remember you being mean when in reality you're not. Or some people remember you being like outgoing and talkative when in reality you're not. Like, it's crazy. And maybe that's a topic for another episode. I need to do some more thinking on it. There was a poem that I heard, but I don't remember. I'll have to do some digging. So that topic might come up in a later episode. But anyway, back to the dark days. But yeah, dude, it was awesome. Like, anytime we would have like classes or anything together, we'd just be a menace. They'd kick us out in the hallway. And like, what do you do when you sit in the hallway? Absolutely nothing. So you know what we did? We just walked around. We'd walk around the school. We'd like go to the library and hang out, get on the computers, do some Pop Tropica, just play some games on it. Or I should say, we just like go in other random teachers' classes. Like, we just walk in. Like, some of them be cool with it, but there were others that were not having it. So they get even madder at us. They'd call our teacher that we were supposed to be. I'd be like, yo, get your kids. And yeah, it's just bad. But it was awesome. Like, I didn't get in a lot of trouble in like middle school. Like I did, but I didn't, you know. Middle school was fun. Middle school was a time where you could literally try anything. Like, not like bad related, but like experience wise. You could literally try anything and you feel like there wasn't really like a negative impact on you. Like, you feel invincible. You feel bulletproof when you're young. Like, I still kind of feel like that. But like middle school was fun, but it also wasn't. You remember how I said there was some good times, but there was also some not so good times? We're about to talk about one of them situations. Okay. So like I said, you know how I was in middle school, right? I was a shrimp. 4'9", maybe 100 pounds wet, you know? But, so I'd just walk around and stuff. And, if, like, the trouble in the school system, if that wouldn't get you down, if, like, getting suspended, having them call your parents, if that wouldn't get you in a bad mood, then the bullying would get you in a bad mood. Personally, I was bullied a lot in middle school. A lot of it was because of how small I was, like how short, how like scrawny I was. You know how that goes. But it was also because at the time, you know how puberty is like certain parts of you grow a little bit faster. So my ears grew a little bit faster. So my ears were a little bit bigger than what they are now, and people would make fun of me about it. People would be like, "Oh, can you fly, Dumbo? Oh, I can't get any Wi-Fi reception. Your satellites might be down," or whatever the case may be, you know. Or they just do the simple one, like, "Dude, you look like a monkey," you know, like just stupid shit like that. Which now I think it's hilarious, just because I don't give a fuck what people say now. But me now versus me in middle school, we're two completely different people. Middle school me, I believed everything people said to me. I believed people when they would say something mean to me. I thought a little bit to myself, hey, maybe they're right. I believed it when people said I did good things. I was like, hey, you know, maybe they're right. Maybe they're onto something. But the thing that really got me was I listened to it when people were just speaking bullshit. Because you know how I said there was a few things that I was getting bullied for. And one of them was for my ears. One of them was for how small I was. But another one was also because I was adopted. That was the one that always got me. Like, even if I knew that whatever they were saying was bullshit, like, there was always a little part of me that was like, you know, maybe they're right. Like I'll give you the top 3 if I can think of them. About that, one of them was, oh, your mom gave you up because she was like addicted to drugs or something, or oh, your mom gave you up because she didn't love you, or your mom gave you up because she just didn't care about you. Like, any time they would say that, like, I knew they were wrong, but there was always a little part of me that was like, what if they're right? What if that's the reason I was adopted? really worth nothing to somebody? Am I really trash to somebody that they would just throw me out? Like, I don't know. Like, I think that. I thought that for the longest time. Even though I know that's not true. Like, I'm not trying to, like, say shit that I don't know. Because I don't. The only thing that I know is that I was adopted, and that's it. I don't know any of the backstory. I don't know any of it. And really, I don't give a fuck. I do not care about the past. Because that shit doesn't matter. Like, would it be cool to know, like, who my quote-unquote real mom was, even though the parents that I have now are more real to me than the lady that gave birth to me. Like, I feel like it's bullshit to bully people about that, especially when, one, you don't know what the situation is, and they may not even know what the situation is, and two, what gives you the fucking right to even say something like that? Like that's me thinking now. Me thinking back then, I thought they were telling the truth. I thought they were right. And that, I don't know, that's just like really affected me when they said that. Like, I don't care anymore. Like, I'm over it. But it still hurts that someone would actually say that to somebody. You know? Like, it blows my mind. And it's like middle school. Like, middle school is crazy because, like, I don't know if you guys ever talked or, like, got in an argument with, like, a middle schooler, but they will find your biggest fucking flaw and they will point it out. It is like their magic trick. They can find whatever you are sensitive about and they will fucking point it out. Even though you think you're good at hiding it. Nah, dog. I learned that in middle school. Like, middle school bullies are ruthless. I don't care what people say. I think it's fine. I really do. I think bullying builds character. And if you can't handle the heat, I'm sorry. I mean, life's not going to be nice to you all the time. Neither is people at school. I mean, that's just something that people are going to have to learn sooner or later. Might as well learn it young and build your character around that. Build a nice, solid, like, I don't know how to say it. Like a nice, solid, like, whatchamacallit, a foundation. That's it. A nice, solid foundation of your character based on your early situations. Because if you face something like that when you're older and have never gone through something like that, it's like your whole world's going to be crashing down if someone says something to you wrong. That's why we got those super sensitive people nowadays, is because everyone was so nice to them growing up, and then they faced the real world and realized no one gives a fuck about you. No one cares. And it's true. Like, nowadays people are so focused on, like, themselves, what they want, what's going on in their lives, that they're not paying attention to what you're doing. They're not paying attention to what you said, like, an hour ago. They're not paying attention to, like, anything like that. Like, they don't care. I don't care. if I don't, here's my thing. If I don't know you, if I don't talk to you on a daily basis, if I don't respect you, I don't care what you have to say. I'm not going to listen. You can talk all you want, but it's just going to go out one, or in one ear and out the other. Like, you're not going to do anything for me. But if you're a homie, if you're like a good solid friend, if I respect you, if you're older than me and I respect you, because you could still be older than me and I could not respect you, and I won't listen to you. Like, if you tell me to do something, yeah, I'll do it. Not the best, you know? Or, I don't know. But, anyways, so yeah. The bullying was a big, a big issue for me in middle school. And it was really just because of those three main things. Like, there's really no other reason why people would bully me. It was either because of my size, because of my ears, or because I was adopted. And I think that's all bullshit. But another thing, another building block that is kind of in the same realm as that, is if the bullying didn't get you, then your so-called friends, they'd be the ones that finish the job. I'm going to tell you the story about this one time when a so-called friend, I told him something very important to me at the time, and he spilled the beans to everybody in school. And this one person found out. And it was not good. So let's dive on into that story. So, this was a Tuesday morning. Okay? I just woke up from probably one of the most weirdest, coolest, confusing dreams that I had up until that point. And I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but in your dreams, you see people that you forget about sometimes, right? Sometimes you'll have dreams and someone pops in your head and you're like, oh dude, I forgot about this person. Or an old classmate or someone just pops in your head and you're like, oh yeah, I wonder how so-and-so was doing. It's one, I think it's because your subconscious doesn't forget names or forget faces. And when you're sleeping, you're able to get into that part of your brain that stores all the faces that you've seen in your life and kind of just add them into background people for your dreams. That way it's not just you, because that'd be kind of weird. So I had one of those dreams. Okay. And at the time it was a pretty cool dream, but it was confusing at the same time because I didn't understand how this person got in my dream. But this dream, I had this dream about this one girl that I went to school with. We'll call her Heather. So, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had, a little crush on Heather. Heather was on the cheerleading team. She was beautiful at the time. Hands down, yes, I'd date her. Like, I want her to be my girlfriend, you know? Like, it was like a crush. It was like a secret crush, though. Not to sound weird. But it was like one of those things that, like, yeah, it probably won't happen, but, you know, kind of hope it does, you know? So it was one of those dreams, right? And, like, when I have these, like, weird dreams sometimes, and if I can remember them, I want to tell somebody, you know? Like, if you don't, I feel like if you don't tell somebody, then you'll forget, and then a dream like that will never happen again. So I had to tell somebody, okay? I had to. So, I ran up to one of my buddies at the time. We'll call him Dane. I was talking to Dane, and I was like, dude, you would not believe this dream that I had. He was like, what are you talking about, dude? I was like, yeah. I was like, I had this dream about Heather, and we were just like hanging out and stuff, and like I looked over to her and I was like, yo, you want to just like date or something? And she said, yeah, duh. And like we just like started dating, and that was it. That was the whole dream. Nothing more, nothing less. Like Edgar Allan Poe, that was the dream. And like I thought that was the weirdest dream. Like, why was I dreaming about her? And that's what I thought she would think too. So I told Dane, I was like, Dane, please. I was like, for the love of God, do not tell anybody. He was like, dude, I promise you, I won't tell a soul. I was like, you promise, man? He was like, yeah. He was like, I promise. I was like, I won't tell anybody about your dream. I was like, cool. So we just go on throughout our day, right? Like nothing ever happened, okay? So first period goes around, second period comes around, third period comes around, fourth period comes around, lunch comes around. Gotta love lunch. And it was a Tuesday. So it was taco day. Taco Tuesday, right? Wednesday was chicken nugget day. So it was tacos, you know. So I had to get some tacos in me. Get some tacos. I had like a canned like Welch's juice, some milk, which tacos and milk, that's kind of a bad combo. But anyway, so I eat lunch, you know, eating some tacos, you know, stuffing my belly, right? Well, lunch gets over, and we got about 5-10 minutes to get to our other class, get our shit, get to the other class, right? So I'm at my locker, right? I'm just, you know, packing up my bag, getting my math book, you know, about to get to class, about to learn some shit. I was like, great. I was like, I shut my locker, and I turn around, and all of a sudden, I see this girl come, like, mall walking. Dude, she was zipping, and I was like, I wonder what's going on. I was like, I wonder why she's in a hurry. Like, I couldn't tell who it was, because, like, the hallway was so far apart, and there was people in the hallway, too, so I was like, I don't even know who that is. So this girl gets closer. She gets closer. It seems like she's getting faster and faster and faster, while she's getting closer and closer and closer. And then she gets about little over halfway down the hallway, and it hits me. I'm like, oh shit, it's Heather. And dude, she comes darting up to my locker, and she was like, hey. I was like, what? She's like, why are you talking to people about me? I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I haven't talked to anybody about you. I really don't even talk to you. I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, why are you telling people you had a dream about me? That's weird. I look at her. I'm like, I'm not telling people about that. I was like, I may have told one person, but I haven't told anybody else besides that, like my homie. And she was like, yeah, well, I don't know how it got out, but I heard it through somebody that you were saying you had this dream about me and blah 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 blah. And I was so like, I was just like frozen. I was in awe. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, are you serious? I was like, the one time that you actually talked to me, it's about something that I fucked up. I was like, wow. Okay. And so after we talked for like 2 seconds, after she gave me an earful for 2 seconds, she darts off. I just think in my head, I'm just like, ain't no way. Ain't no way Dane said something. I was like, are you no way? Come on now. And, I was just, yeah. It was just, I talked to him after that, and he, I mean, obviously he denied it. He was like, no. I was like, no, I didn't do that. Which, obviously is not true. He obviously did tell him. But yeah, dude, it was just crazy. I don't get it. I don't get why people do that. Yeah. I don't know. I still think about that sometimes. Like, Heather's good. I think Heather's married right now. I think she's cool. I see it on like Instagram and Facebook from time to time. But nah, like I feel like that kind of messed with me a little bit, because then I never really told anybody anything after that. Like, I'd always just like face stuff by myself, because I felt like if I told somebody something important to me, that they would run off and tell other people. And yeah, don't do that. Moral of the story is, if someone tells you a secret, keep it a secret, you know. But yeah, I think that's the end of episode 11, guys. Also, before I go, I think I forgot to mention this in the last episode. Yes, the background is different than what you see. I am currently on a business trip, doing some trainings for work and stuff, so I feel like it would be a perfect opportunity to take some time, share some stories, record some episodes. That way I'm not falling behind like I was last week. I apologize. Or not last week, but episode 9, how it came out a week late. My bad. Honestly, I was gonna edit it on this trip, but the Wi-Fi sucks, and I can't load anything to get it edited and stuff. And the internet, I can't even load a homepage for Google. So I'm sorry about that. That's kind of why I'm doing 2 episodes right now. That way I can catch up a little bit. But thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 11. If you guys enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. If you guys got anything out of this, or if you feel like someone else may get something out of it, please share it with them. That just builds the community even more, because hopefully they like what they hear, and they listen and they steady growing with us. But thank you guys. This has been episode 11. Go live life in the happy days, baby. Love you. Peace.